There we are. We're live. Hello, folks.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
January the 4th, 2021 today. We're recording.
Yes, it is. And who knows when people will listen to the recording. However, right now we have a few people live with us. And as usually, Elizabeth Keys is saying hello from Miami, Florida.
Well, hello, Elizabeth.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it looks like. And Zane from Toronto.
Toronto. All right. Now
Denab.
we'll goof around for 5 minutes, 4 more minutes, to let some more people come online. It's the way Crowdcast works. Bunch of announcements go out when we log or when we go live. So let a few more people come on live, and then we'll get going. And so anybody that's new to this, the recording will be here
Immediately.
as long as Crowdcast is around, right?
Yeah.
And so you can come back to it and watch it if you want
Yes.
to hear more stuff.
Often as you like.
And you can send your friends to it or whatever.
Yep.
Just use the link. There's a little in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It says share. So you just click that, and well, you can actually share it to social media as well.
Yeah. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Oh, really? Okay. Or you can just copy it and paste
Yeah,
it
could do that too.
So, 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes. Oh, and Kevin, do we have a call to action today?
Oh, you know what? I didn't set this one up. So let's do this one too.
Well, today is our talking about niche.
Be the boot camp.
Could
Right? That's
or
all
it could be our mastermind too. We're busy deciding which call to action to come up with, folks. You're seeing us working in real time here.
Yeah. Where to send you folks for more training.
Right.
There it is. I found it.
Got it.
So do we have a sales page for that? Yes, we do.
We do.
So here we go. Copy that. Do that. Come over here. And it's the quick business matrix.
And while Kevin's doing that, if you're just coming on, please chat in. Tell us that you're here and where you're from. We have people from all over the place today. And this is an auspicious occasion because today, there we go. See it down at the bottom. Join the Quick Business Matrix Mastermind. So if you click that link, it will tell you all about what we're doing in the Business Matrix Mastermind.
Oh yeah, we have a couple of crowdcasts a week and lots. Yeah, it has a lot of information there.
Yeah.
So
which we won't
find out more
today. But
we'll talk more about it today.
And there is the Behavior Web from Florida.
And I've already sort of tipped the hat that we will also be doing.
Yes, Lily, we know. We thought you were trying to disguise yourself today.
We'll also be doing a boot camp.
Yes, so we have a boot camp. We have 2 boot camps coming up.
We have 2 boot camps coming up. And for this one, it would be significant in that you would walk away from that 4 days of that boot camp, which goes from a Friday, Saturday, wait till the next Friday, Saturday. So you'd walk away from it with a functioning little online business.
Yes.
Everything all together. And so
wrap it all up.
for people who want to jump in and get her done, you know.
Yep.
Oh, so we're ready.
Now Tina's here, and we've hit 5 minutes. All right.
So that's a perfect amount of time. Hello, everybody. So first of all, we'll do it this way.
Yeah.
We do all of this from a point of view, and what we like to do first is to show you that point of view. So is it okay if we show you the point of view that we work from, that we view things from? And I'm waiting to look into chat and to see if anybody is agreeable to seeing the point of view. Oh, Melinda
says yes.
Yes.
And
Lily says yes. Okay. We only need a couple of yeses.
That's it.
The rest of you, if you really don't want to hear it, well then.
That's quite all right.
But okay, great. So this point of view is going to look a lot like this diagram Phil's about to show up with. Boom. And it will look in the lower right, and it says who's important to you, and that's where we like to start, is who's important to you. And I will get the ball rolling by saying that my wife is important to me. Let's see if anybody else with us today has anyone who is important to them.
Babies, children
and kids. Boy, look at that. Baby, children, and kids. Elizabeth says hubby and pets.
Hubby,
Thank you,
pets.
Elizabeth. Yes. Pets are people too, as we like to say.
Yep.
Good stuff. That's a good start. Anybody else? Yeah, some more parents.
Parents and siblings.
Siblings. They're nice. Family in general.
I'm going to put in my mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law, yes. Friends and colleagues. Oh, yeah. We got lots of important people. That's great.
And what we've been doing, what I've been just jotting
And
down.
if you think of anybody else as we're going along, you can
always come back and throw them in there.
Put them in there. That's always an open.
We're inclusive.
And now, to continue with the point of view, we're going to go to the lower left part of the diagram. And now we're going to talk about yucky stuff that shows up inside of people. So could be you, could be somebody else, you know, and it's something like fear. Like almost everybody has the experience of fear showing up. The behavior web, otherwise known as Lily, also has anger that shows up.
Anger, imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. That is a very popular thing, Elizabeth. Yes. Not being good enough. Oh no.
Oh, not good enough. Oh yeah.
I'm not good enough.
That goes really well with the imposter.
Oh, and she added on, or she, or I don't know. Can't say Zanab. I don't know. That person put also.
Oh, and not doing enough. Yes.
That's a biggie. Yeah, that's a biggie. That thought shows up. So we have fear, anger, superwoman syndrome.
Superwoman syndrome. Ooh.
And I'm saying, yeah, since she's putting it in the yucky stuff.
We got it.
So you think superwoman syndrome? What shows up inside of the person who
has super
thinking of that?
Lily likes it.
But what would show up?
For someone who's carrying around that superwoman
show up? The need to save to everyone. Okay.
Oh yeah, need to
save. So
save.
that's sort of like desperation, or I don't know, frustration maybe. How about that? Frustration. Does that show up in anybody when they think of the superwoman syndrome? Oh, anxiety shows up. Okay.
Yes.
And the frustration shows up as well. Okay. Yeah.
And I put desperation in because that would show up in me.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Wow. Tall task there.
We got a good yucky list. Excellent. Well, now we're going to go up to the upper left, actually, straight up. And this says senses up there. That means other people can see what you're doing. So, for example, you might run to lessen fear. You run away from whatever you're afraid of, so run would go there. So we have many others. Well, let's just go ahead and pick on Superwoman syndrome.
Yeah, why not?
And so Superwoman syndrome, anxiety, desperation shows up. What kind of thing might you do to lessen those feelings?
Do all things at once.
All things at once.
Do everything. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to see that.
Great. That's the famous do it all.
Go for a hike.
Dan says go for a hike. Oh my, just go for a hike. Just check out. But we have others like anxiety. What might somebody do for anxiety? It's very popular. Go bar hopping. There we go.
Bar hop.
Grounding techniques. Elizabeth, go for the grounding techniques. Good idea.
Bar hop, ground. All right.
Yeah. How about Netflix? Maybe I like Netflix. That's a nice away move.
Yep. Netflix.
Yeah. Ooh, one of my favorites, exercise.
Oh yeah.
A little exercise.
Exercise.
Any other folks? Any of you folks have any favorites, away moves that
from your yucky stuff?
Get relief from this yucky stuff. Wine with wine. There we go. Wine while you're drinking wine. And then the other is eat, of course. Hit the refrigerator. Eat.
All right.
This says
pretty full.
Yes, wine and wine. Then she says, wait, that's not right. Oh, a lot of people do.
Oh,
that.
sleep. Yes.
Sleep. Oh, man, that's a popular one, too. Sleep, Monica. Yeah. Tina just said wine with the wine.
Oh, you can do it any way you want.
Right, exactly. We're flexible.
Yep.
So finally,
mix and match your away moves.
That's always fun. We'll go in the upper right, and of course, that's just the stuff that you're going to do to move, to further your relationship with who's important to you.
Yeah, with all those groovy people down there.
I might well go talk to my wife, and
something to do with the babies.
Well, oh yeah, babies. There's lots of stuff to do with babies that are meant to be toward moves.
Hold them,
baby, of course. Play with your kids.
Oh, play.
Buy fur babies new toys.
Buy them stuff. Do yoga.
Yes.
Take a walk.
Yoga.
Oh, there's taking a walk on the tour side now.
I like the chat. I think that means chat with your friends. There we go. Chat with your friends. Exactly.
Take a walk. Chat.
Yeah. You got the yoga in there. You can do a little yoga. Hey, by the way, you can do the wine over there.
Absolutely.
You can even do the WH over there, wine with your friends.
Social
Ann says schedule a crowdcast as a toward move. Woohoo.
Yeah.
She's part of the program. Ann is, I do believe, in the mastermind. So
yes, she is. Schedule a crowdcast. There we go.
There you go. And so you see, and the list goes on and on. Just so you know, any behavior can go on either side. It's the intention of the behavior.
Yep.
Are you going to drink wine to socialize for a toward? Or are you going to drink wine to get relief from anxiety, as a way? Either way. So, and now we're going to notice. And so you might have the opportunity to notice who's important to you and yucky stuff and away moves and toward moves showing up in the next week or so. What do you think? Do any of you think you'd have the opportunity to notice this stuff showing up? Martha says yes. Okay. We have one person who might have the opportunity to notice this stuff showing up.
Perhaps others of you may have the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Elizabeth says absolutely.
Tina says yes. Okay, we've got it. So to bebop on, diagram looks a whole lot the same, except that previous one was about the individual. Now we're going to do this one about you and somebody else. And when you're joined with somebody else, you now have a shared purpose. They're going to do something together, to try and move towards something. Like even today, all of us are here online today for a shared purpose of, drum roll. You can look at the title if you want.
Yeah, you could.
That's
Sometimes we do.
That's a quick cheat. Oh yeah, we
Find
do.
a niche. All
We do
right.
it. Find a niche. There we go. We work together to find a niche. That's it. That's one thing.
Figure out a niche. There you go.
We might do. How about sharing? We might share. Oh, and we have a learn. So I put
Learn.
Yeah. More fluency practice with the ACT matrix.
More fluency.
I could use that. I'll come to Elizabeth and get more fluency.
Yep, that'll work. That's why I do this board all the time. Helps me out.
Yeah. We got any other shared? How about let's go outside of this thing. Let's say most of you seem to have significant others. What kind of shared purpose might one have with a significant other? Connection. You betcha. That's one of the biggies of having a significant other. That's why they're significant. You're connected. Take care of the dogs together. Oh, perfect, Monica.
Yeah. Take care of stuff. Take care together. Share together.
Parents.
Hey, how about parenting? Yes.
Yeah, that's always
yes.
a biggie. So I just bring that, raise kids, right? I just bring that up because most of us become a dyad, a two-person team with somebody, and voila, you have lots of shared purposes show up. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the yucky stuff, but now we're going to call it social yucky stuff.
It's a special brand.
And that's that special yucky stuff that shows up when you go to work with somebody else, even that significant others of yours. And what kind of social yucky stuff can show up inside of a person? Conflict, disagreements, and
frustration.
Oh my goodness. These people must have been with others.
I think they might have just been spending some time with them, actually.
Conflicting values. Yes, there you go. More conflict. It's a special kind of conflict. Yes. Anybody? How about good old garden variety fear? I know it was on the first one. Annoying spousal away moves. Whoa. Annoying has shown up.
Wow.
Melinda says, which movie to watch? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes. Then the dance begins. Which movie to watch?
Oh, these are fun. So you get the repeating myself so many times.
Oh. Repete après moi.
Oh no, what to eat for dinner? Yeah, here we go. All kinds of stuff shows up. Right, so it's this special yucky stuff that's over there. Now, before we go to the top, I'll ask you to think of being in a meeting. Many of you will have been in meetings, and so you're sitting there in a meeting, and the social yucky stuff. I don't know. I'll ask you, have any of you ever had social yucky stuff show up while you were sitting in a meeting?
Fear of speaking up.
So that showed up inside of Elizabeth. Fear of speaking up.
I put down an urge to leave.
Urge to leave, listening, impatience, anxiety has shown up. Okay, so all that has shown up. And so you're sitting there in that meeting, and now here comes a behavior to get relief. Relief from that social yucky stuff. So what kind of behavior might you do in that meeting? Doodling.
Doodling.
One of my absolute favorites is doodling.
And what is the modern equivalent of doodling?
And then we got to check the phone. We've got to check.
That's it. There you go. Phone. I was going for it.
And Apple Watches, those are nice and fun now. Melinda does this. Bite your lip and stay quiet.
Oh, yeah. Lip biting. Very good.
By the way, the opposite of that is popular as well, which is talk too much. People get insecure and they talk too much. So trying to dominate the meeting. So you get the idea. So you guys have apparently been in some of these meetings where yucky stuff has shown
based on
up.
those responses, yeah.
And you got that. And that can happen with your significant others and children and stuff as well.
Yep.
Where you check out. Oh, one of mom's favorite things to do with the kids around is to go in the bathroom, right?
Oh, yeah.
But that don't work.
No, they fight.
They bang on the door.
I know you're in there, Mom. Come on.
So anyways, fun stuff.
Bathroom.
Fun away moves. Anyway, lots of away moves. And then, of course, in the upper right, in this case, we're talking about shared purpose. So it's behaviors that would be done in the service of the shared purpose.
Moving us closer to that shared purpose.
But there's just things that you do.
Yep.
Now, a consistent one is communicate. Why do we say communicate? Because everybody needs to know the shared purpose. That's why. Elizabeth says act journaling. Woohoo, good idea. You can do some act journaling up there. Okay. The 10 Crowdcast, go on dog walks together. Oh, I like it.
Walking the dog.
Right. That's all Tina. Elizabeth walks with wine.
Oh, nice. Take your wine for a walk. I love it.
You can take your wine and your journal. Remember those squeeze wine things they had for the football games?
Elizabeth always do that. Okay.
This morning, they're doing
good.
Whatever. And like, for raising children, what might you do to help each other raise children? I don't know. I just brought it up. What might you do? What might we do? We might be a better listener. Okay, that would be good.
Listen and notice.
Practice patience. There we go. I know what I used to do a bunch of. I was a chauffeur. So
yeah. Drive them around.
Most people remember the chauffeuring days.
Yep.
The young ones. Back in the day, when we used to drive around. So you get the idea. And of course, if you're working in a factory or something, or building a house or whatever, there's going to be specific tasks that come under that. So somebody's going to carry things and another people's going to put things together.
Write down division of labor.
Division of labor, right.
Who's going to do what?
Because you can't have everybody go do everything at once.
Who's going to do what?
It doesn't work. And now it's to look out into the future in the next week or so and notice if you might, you could see if you have the opportunity to notice shared purposes and social yucky stuff, and social away moves and shared purpose toward moves. Do you think you'll have the opportunity to notice any of that stuff in the next week or so?
Yes,
we got some yeses already. Yeses.
Yep. All right. Okay. Yes.
And so there you go, folks.
Yep.
That's the 11 steps that we actually did 11 steps to get us where we need to go. So now we're going to use that point of view right there. And we're going to talk about discovering the perfect niche to build your business.
Oh, yes.
Now we need to talk a little bit about niche, that nice little French word.
I like to say that word, niche.
Niche. And all it means is a small segment of people that you want to do business with, right? And just very quickly, in case any of you haven't been around this space a lot, this building a business thing, there are companies who market to almost everybody, but for people setting up their own little businesses, that's not the thing to do.
Yeah, unless you're Amazon,
You need to
don't
be
start there.
Amazon and Apple and Microsoft.
Right. Don't
Very
start there.
large places, that are marketing to many, many, many. That's not the way to do it. What you're going to find is what's known as a niche, right? And that's the thing that's important to you. that's your shared purpose, maybe, or at least it's our shared purpose today. But it definitely is a group of people who are important to you. So let's put them down as a niche down there. And now you start saying, well, the question starts with who would I like to work with? Who's important to them? And what kind of shared purposes might we work on together? Now you'll notice I made that simple, right? I just went right back to the basic questions that are contained in the lower right-hand quadrant, because this is how you begin. Can you repeat those questions?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Here we go. So you can't read it too well, but the two questions are: who is important to you, right, relative to the niche, and what kind of shared purposes do you have with those important people?
And the first one is, like, well, who would you like to work with?
Yeah. Who do you want to serve?
Right. So I can think of a niche of ex-professional wrestlers from the WWF, whatever. Yeah. I just made that up, folks. And you think, well, is that a niche of people I'd like to work with? And you go, no, well, not really. Okay. So that helps. You look at niche. But maybe they're just who you want to work with.
Yeah.
That's just who you'd like to go spend time working with. Okay, that'd be great. And that would be a niche of people. So you think of it, and you need to be able to enjoy. It has to be intrinsically motivating.
Yeah.
Fancy way of putting it, who it is. And then once you say, okay, that group of people, then the next question is, well, who and what's important to those people?
There you go.
It's just a question. You start thinking of it in terms of, if I went and showed the matrix to these people, and I asked
those wrestlers,
right, those wrestlers, that's the way they'd say it in Oklahoma, Phil.
Right. Wrestlers.
And if I got to show the matrix to them and I said, hey, who's important to you? Well, who might they start talking about? And what's important to you? And then they would start talking about stuff. And I would find out who and what's important to those folks, right? And is it important that I know those things about my niche? Well, yeah. I mean, eventually I can go ask a person. But right now you're just cooking it up in your own head. Right. So you're going to ask that. And then finally, okay, well, I would like to work with them. So if I want to work with somebody, that instantly says I'm going to have a shared purpose with them. Right? I'm going to join, even if they're paying me, still
joining with them.
I'm joining with them, and we're going to have a shared purpose. Okay. Well, what kind of shared purpose could I work with them on? Maybe it's staying fit in post-wrestling retirement.
Right. When you use the matrix to gather data on your niche, using the matrix, would you do two loops around the matrix? Yes. Or just the me? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right. We are now in the second loop. Right.
We're in the second loop, but we do both. Yes.
Right.
And the reason is, Elizabeth, is that when you talk with another human being, very quickly stuff about them, the me, is going to show up. Yeah. And stuff about the we. They and their spouses or whatever, them and me, it's going to begin. And so by done both.
You want to know both.
I'm ready for both.
Right.
Okay, we're ready to go gather information about both. And what you're doing with this niche is that you're developing a picture of this small group of people that you're thinking about doing business with.
Yes.
Okay. That's
what do they look like? What are they interested in?
Right, and but we're going to map them out on the matrix. So some of you have been using the matrix for journaling. Well, instead of doing that, we're going to draw a matrix, and we're going to say, I'm going to talk about a niche of people that I would, if you just like it, a small group of people that I would like to do business with.
Right.
Okay, and we're going to start talking about who and what's important to them, shared purposes they may have with their significant others, or with other people in their occupation, like the professional wrestlers I was just referring to. And if I joined with them, did business with them, what kind of shared purpose?
What do we want to accomplish together? Right.
So do we want to accomplish, like Phil and I are doing with you today, is business building, which is what our shared purpose is today with you. Notice we're not talking about parenting with you. We're not talking about getting dates. There's many other things that we could potentially be talking about with you.
We're narrowing our niche.
But our niche is you folks who are interested in developing a business, and we're talking to you about a structured way, a very nice, easy, structured way of going about developing this niche idea. And it's a process, folks. Mm-hmm. It's going to develop over time. But since you're going to put it on the matrix, it's really easy to come back to. Right. You come back to it. So
keep returning to it.
So this is sort of the stuff that identifies people. Okay, this is this group of people, and I would like to work with them, and I got a general idea about who and what's important to them, and what I could work with them on. Getting in shape, losing weight.
Yeah, what you have to contribute to, helping them get where they want to go.
Getting dates, doing their accounting. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. The list goes on of shared purpose things that you might. The shared purpose, by the way, that's your business. That's what you're going to be selling them. I'm going to join with you to do your accounting for you. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to join with you so you can get in better shape. There you go. I'm going to join with you so you can, I don't know, finish that college degree that you never got around to doing. Right. Okay, there we go. I'm just rolling through ideas, but that's going to be that's your business. So your shared purpose is the business that you're going to be doing with them. So that's how you do that. That's how you flesh it out. Start developing this mental picture of this group of people. Yeah, if you hang around very long, right? It's called an avatar. Right. And as a matter of fact, even like in some of you have your pictures. Yeah. Here, those are oftentimes
exactly. You have individual avatars, right?
Those are called avatars. You'll see them called avatars, and you're developing a conglomerate of picture shape of an avatar. They call it your avatar. Now, sometimes those are gender specific. So if I want to be talking about breastfeeding, well, there I go. I'm into the female side of the world. If I'm what's something purely male? I'll just say male sexual dysfunction. Well, there you go. My niche is males. So sometimes it's gender specific, sometimes it's not. It depends. You just keep talking and going through it. Now, with all of that said, folks, that's not what sells them anything. No. that gives
Let's
you
talk about
that gets you going.
Yeah. Gets a conversation started.
That gets the conversation started. There you go. And you know what they look like. And you sort of know like where to go find them.
Yeah.
On the internet. You know where to go find them by that in some ways. But there's a whole lot better way to really get to know them. And you have to get them to know them on this level, which is the lower left. And the lower left is their primary yucky stuff that is showing up. And it must be directly related to the shared purpose, the thing you want to sell to them. So, I am lost in my accounting. I cannot figure it out. I'm in great pain because I need to figure out my accounting.
I'm drowning.
I'm drowning in numbers, right? I'm in pain. And so that's where, okay, I have an accounting service to offer you, right? So now we go into that. So it has to be a pain point. I'm out of shape. I'm just let myself go to heck. I'm flabby and out of shape. Well,
out of shape.
And of course, what kind of yucky stuff shows up inside of people when they're out of shape? You guys join in.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think?
Somebody's
out of shape.
In their niche.
Not that any of you are out of shape. I'm just asking you to imagine somebody who's out of shape.
Bring up that person in your mind.
Here we go.
Easily winded. Right.
Easily winded. Oh, yeah, that's a nice picture. Don't look good in blank, blank, blank. Right. So,
So appearance. Something about their
comes up.
pain point.
My pants don't fit me anymore.
Insecure. There you go. Insecure in the body.
Oh, feel tired. Now, these are fabulous pain points.
Now you're getting there.
Insecure, and you guys now see why diet and getting in shape are so huge. It's a huge industry, and it's in part a huge industry because of these easily identifiable pain points. In the lingo of marketing, these are called pain points. So yucky stuff becomes pain points, and they can't seem to make the goal no matter how hard they work.
Oh yeah. So
Melinda, sounds like you've been watching infomercials.
Yeah, right. Can't get there.
Right. And
then what's showing up inside of them about not being able to get there.
All right. And that's a niche. Okay, so now let's back up. So a niche of people are males and females who like to stay in shape, but they've gotten out of shape.
Yeah.
But they've tried to get back into shape, but they failed.
It's not
Notice that narrowed that right down to people who have tried to get back in shape and failed. So I would like to work with people who have tried to get back in shape and failed. Why? Because that's a pain point. Here's another one. I would like to work with people, drum roll please, who have tried to lose weight and failed. Gee, have you seen any infomercials that sort of are targeting that niche?
Let me think about it. A nanosecond.
All right.
On January the 4th after the holiday.
Of course, this is the time of year when you're just going to see a massive amount.
Boom.
Of people.
When the gyms were open, the gyms would be just packed.
They'd be packed. The treadmills are selling out.
They were whirring. Right.
Just everything's going.
Exercise equipment's flying off the shelf.
Right. And so we're bringing up a point, and we might as well talk about it.
Yeah.
Of that. You might want to say, ooh, I don't want to sell to that niche. It's too crowded.
Yeah.
No, that's not, no. You say, yes, I want to sell in that niche.
Right.
Because there are many, many, many fish in that pond.
Yes.
And all of those fish are not being caught.
Nope.
There's no way all those fish are being caught. You might as well go on in there and fish for them and catch some of them yourself. I'm not kidding, folks.
The lake is stocked.
Stocked lake, and it just got restocked.
Right. It just got
to continue with our metaphor,
the
holidays just restock that lake.
Yeah.
So there are tons of people that are looking to do that. And so you'll think, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something esoteric that nobody else is doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a dangerous business to get into, because
That'll be called creating a niche.
Yeah, it's called creating a niche.
That doesn't exist.
It is not something you want to do, folks.
No.
It's just not something you want to do. I mean, when maybe you're a billionaire and you want to do it, fine. You can go hire a team of people to go create the niche.
Altruistic reasons.
but for you people starting out, no. You want to go. So, I mean, so the health and the fitness, but come on, I know there's people here that talk about meditation and deep breathing and stuff. These are also, have you tried to be mindful but failed? Hey, anybody on this list, do you think there are anybody out there? But if you have, we were just talking about multiple people.
Yeah.
Well, you can always go back and narrow it down.
Yep.
Always go back and narrow it down. Right. You can't narrow. Most humans can't narrow their niche down too far.
Right.
It's just, you just won't do it. But back to, and you're going to play both of these. But narrow down. Okay. Oh, you need to narrow down your niche.
There you go. Right.
Okay.
Think your smallest viable audience.
It's still going to be people you're going to work with.
Yeah.
You don't want to be working with people you don't want to work with, because your business isn't going to last more than a few months. And you're
going to have your own social yucky stuff.
And so you'll stick with that. But then maybe one of the easy ways to do it is say, well, could I do males or females? Can I just lop off one of the genders? Why not?
Yeah.
That'll narrow your niche.
I want to work with older people. I want to work with younger people.
Older. Which one okay, there is another. So if I say females over 40 or 50 or whatever, or females under 40 or whatever, see how quickly we just chopped off major parts of the population.
And you want to do that, folks. You want to lop stuff off.
So you can. So in that thing of who I'd like to work with, I would like to work with females under 35 who are trying to get in shape.
Right.
That's a niche. And you can narrow that on down, way on down. That are under 5'5".
Yeah.
I just made that up. But you can just do that. And now you can say, are you under 5'5" tall? And anybody that says, yeah, now they'll read your ad because they're under 5'5" tall. And have you tried and failed to get in shape? There you go.
Yeah, that's me too.
That's me too. So you're narrowing down into the niche. Instead of saying, everybody come learn how to get in shape from me. Nice. All of you.
Yeah.
All
Big tent.
300 and whatever, 25 or 50 million people in the United States, come see me. You can't. You can't speak to them. But are you less than 5 feet 5 inches tall and have been struggling to stay in shape in the last year or so? There's going to be a narrower band of ladies that go, yeah, and even better, are you under 35? They're going to be, yes. And now you're talking to them. Yeah. Now you're talking to that group.
They're going to step forward now. Right. They're moving in toward
you. And that's what the importance of a niche is. And I just gave you an example of that, of how you narrow it down. And you can just use good old demographics to do the initial. And try it out and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, you are not stuck with a niche. So that's number one. So anyway, we'll get to this. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Same thing. You want to find their pain points, of which, by the way, that little series I went, you're under 5'5", you're struggling with your weight. That's pain. That's just hitting pain, and then you're going to offer a solution. Then basically come work with me, whatever that is. And so that's the upper left. The upper left is the solution. What do you think, folks? You think anybody in the last 30 seconds or so, anybody's bought a diet book? Think anybody's bought a how to get in shape book? Think anybody's bought a
piece of exercise equipment?
Piece of exercise equipment? What do you think? Nobody's answering. They must not think anybody's done any of that in the last 30 seconds. Yes.
As we speak.
Oh, no. Okay, Melinda, let me tell you.
Probably.
I'm going to say it's way beyond probable.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally hundreds of pieces of exercise equipment sold in the last 30 seconds, probably on Amazon.
Yeah.
All by itself, right? It's just this time of year, this January and February is just huge on that. So yeah, so you're getting it. So what I'm saying with that, there's fish in that market. There's people to sell to in that market. You could go sell to them. And the away move is to buy the exercise equipment. Anybody ever heard of anybody bought a piece of exercise equipment, used it a couple of times, and then stopped? Probably nobody ever did that. Oh, Monica knows somebody.
Oh yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. You see them in then this coming spring, summer, and fall, you'll see the stuff show up.
Or the gym membership would never go. That's right. They never even get in the door.
Matter of fact, that's what the gym memberships want.
They count on that.
They count. They depend.
Everybody showed up. They wouldn't be able to handle them.
They couldn't. They wouldn't be able to handle the numbers. But it never happens to them.
No. The odds are in their favor.
So, but anyway, you're seeing the stuff of a niche, but it has to come to a pain point.
Not me.
Yeah, but it has to come to that. And what needs to be pain, because people tend to spend money to get out of pain, to get
relief. Spending money to get relief.
So when you go on over the right side and say, be a better parent, people go, oh, I would love to be a better parent. Great. Give me $50. They go, I don't think so. They don't tend to buy as readily.
Yeah. I'm not paying money to be a better parent.
Right. As when you bring up a pain point, you can identify people who think they're poor parents.
Oh, yeah.
And so the thing that is showing up inside of them is poor parenting. And now you can say something like, do you think you've been doing poor parenting? And I'm going to show you a program to go from bad to great parent in so many steps. I'm just giving you an example of now that's gone into a pain point. I've switched it over to the left side.
And to get out of the pain point, you would go up there and buy the book.
And
buy the course.
Folks know. See, Phil and I don't diss on either side of the
No.
matrix. I mean, they're both part of life. And it's just, we know that people, and all marketers know, people tend to buy more off the left side than off the right side. Yeah. It's okay. We all have pain.
Physical pain. You want to get, you got a sore knee. And so you want to buy something that's going to help you stretch and fix up your knee.
Boom.
Boom.
All that kind of stuff. I've seen the ads already.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of knee braces and copper things.
Oh, absolutely. Compression sleeves.
All kinds of stuff for sore knees.
Yeah.
But that's it. For you folks in this space, you're looking for something. And then, of course, in the upper right, you got to be toward moves are part of the deal.
Yep.
Definitely. So what could you do? This more has to do, in all honesty, and it has more to do with after you've made the sale.
Right.
And now the person is a customer of yours, and now you can start talking to them about toward moves and thinking about things that they would do.
Because now they've moved from this state into a different state.
Right, into a different state. So as far as the niche goes, you're really looking for that. Use that lower right to select out a group of people that you would like to work with. And the cheap and dirty way to narrow the niche is just gender and age and height and weight, basic stuff like that, so you do all of that. Then you say, okay, what are their pain points? Because you gotta know their pain points
here
over the lower left. And then you basically, now you're going to say to yourself or ask yourself, well, what kind of stuff have they been purchasing to get rid of that, get relief from those pain points? And just look at what other people are selling. Now, we do not recommend you become a charlatan snake oil salesman. Nope. No. But look at something ethical that you could market to them And don't reinvent the wheel. Just market what somebody else is doing, sort of. You don't steal their stuff, but
Nope.
if you're doing personal coaching for fitness, well, there's a whole lot of people that are doing personal coaching for fitness, and you can get into that.
Offer good value for that person.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Maybe you do have grandma's ointment or something.
Yeah.
You somehow can,
or some diet-based approach that you use.
That might work for folks. That that's some kind of evidence-based. I'm not going to get into it, but it's ethical, basically. Well, okay, fine. Or I've discovered some really great exercises for knees.
Yep.
Okay.
Fix up your knee.
You could do that.
Reduce your pain.
You can do, but you as a part of this huge thing as far as business building goes, is that you then want to fix. Guess what you folks are here for? It's because this niche building thing is one of the very hardest things for people to do.
Yeah.
And why is that? So let's go. Now we're not talking about that niche. Now we're talking about you guys, you folks on this right now. And so you think, I need to build a niche. They've told me, I've seen it. I need to make a niche. Boom. You've said that. Go to the lower left. Lower left. What has just shown up in your lower left?
Right away.
Put a question mark after that niche, Phil. Niche, question mark. Now, folks, I don't know anything.
There we go.
Perfect.
Confusion. That's it. I don't know.
We're not laughing at you. It's too broad. We're not laughing at you. We've been there.
It's just the way it works, folks.
What if I offered everyone and lost out on cost? Oh, that's a good one, Tina.
Yeah.
Good one. Now, that's a tormentor there.
What if I lost? What if I lose someone? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a famous tormentor.
Yeah, let's put that down. Inner tormentor.
I know too much. Dr. Bradley Jazz says, I know too much. How to decide? Me too. Very broad. Okay. So what if the person leaves disappointed?
What if they don't? Yeah. What if they don't want to?
That's got it all the way to you found the niche. They bought something and now they're disappointed. Now you're really reaching out in the future.
And all of that's showing up in your mind.
I know how to help everyone. Oh, yeah, Tina, that's the perfect one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I'm going to crack the code here. I can help them all.
I have is good for everyone. And that might be true.
What ifs? Yeah, any what if. What if? What if a meteor falls through the sky right now?
And so part of the reason why niche creating is so hard is because in less than a second, a whole boatload of that lower left stuff is showing
Notice how
up.
quick that showed up, right?
And then what do? Most of the time, the people in this space, and Phil and I have literally been in this online marketing space for 15. Well, I've been in it with 22 years.
I've been about 10.
All right, he's been 10. I've been at it for about 22 years. And we just know it's the upper left is get more information. That's the big relief thing. It's get more information. I need to go read more. Anybody else agree with that? I know I just told you that, but
oh yeah, more market
training.
More training. There you go. More of right.
And that sells a lot of stuff in this market because there's a
whole niche. That's a whole niche
right
way, there.
You folks are that niche.
Yeah,
you're a niche of people that would like to build a business, and then you've seen that you need to do a niche, and then you get lost in the weeds.
Yep.
And the answer for most people is I need to go get more information. I need to learn more. I need to, or I'll go find somebody and they will tell me my niche. We're going to tell you right now, folks. Please, folks, no, they won't. Why? Because they really don't know who you like to work with.
They have no.
They don't know you. They can't find your niche because they don't know you. So anyway, there it goes up in smoke. And you'll
Put the
spend your
chimney in.
whole life sending stuff up that chimney.
There's the smoke. All that energy's going up the chimney, up the flue.
Which is all great, which is fabulous. Okay.
Yep.
Now take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Get a whiteboard or a piece of paper out. Draw a horizontal line. Draw a vertical line. Go in the lower right.
Write that word niche with a question mark.
Start segmenting that niche. Just say, okay, fine. But
Given all of this,
do what I like to work with. Gender, age, weight, who's important to them, what's important to them, back to get in shape, this and that. What do I know about the people? What, narrow it on down. And even if you're selling water, folks, you only want to sell to the thirsty people. It's and also people who can afford water, to buy water, that is. Some people can't afford it. You got to think like that. People got to be able to afford to pay for what you're going to be offering. By the way, that's part of the niche.
Yep. Who can afford it?
Great niche to be in. Porsches, brand spanking new.
Oh yeah.
Porsche automobiles. I just narrowed a niche for you, right? Because there's just not a huge segment of the population that can go afford to go get a Porsche automobile. So just by the sheer just by the sheer nature of what I'm trying to sell, I'm selling to a very small niche. So you can also think of it that way. But the reason you want to have a niche, let's go back to it though, is so you can talk directly to the person.
Yeah.
The avatar has some meaning to it. If I try to sell to everybody in the United States, my avatar has to look like the, in quotes, average American. And that's going to be a mess.
Yep, because they don't exist.
They don't exist. It's just ain't going to work.
That's a statistical thing there.
Right. This is not going to work. It just won't. You got to segment that thing down into a niche so that when you're talking to them, you're talking about to them, the avatar, the person that you want to do business with.
They'll hear you.
And now, what you want to do, and people in our mastermind know this, we'll tell you right now, is now you're going to go out on the net. Once you have that niche, and you're going to go out on the net, and you're going to discover groups and stuff that these people are joining. And if there's no groups that represent your niche, get another niche. Because you got to have a group of people to market to, right? They have to be gathering somewhere. Of course, that's one of the great things about the internet, is you can find a group. But think there's any groups out there that are talking about how to lose weight? A few dozen. Get in shape? A few dozen. It goes on and on. But now people are interested in the topic. But structure it. Use the matrix structure. I will say this, you will need to structure this.
Yeah.
And a great way of structuring this search to discover the perfect niche for you is to do the 2 horizontal lines and start building it out. But I'll give you a little something. Phil's got 2. Okay, so you can have the one niche matrix for the niche that you want to do.
Right.
And then over here, have another diagram, and it's your matrix for the stuff that shows up when you go to do a niche building exercise. So
here, and then I just flipped it around. You can have it on the other side.
And you can have it on the other side, right?
You go back and forth. Oh,
and
how about that?
And whenever you now that you watch this, really, when you get that urge to go find more information, look at that chimney.
There you go.
That Phil has right there. that's where your stuff's going.
That's where your energy's going.
Will you get some immediate relief? Yes.
Oh yeah.
You absolutely will.
Yep.
Will you get actionable information? Probably.
Over there.
No, here you won't. And all this comes down to actionable information, something that you can work with. And this is the way. There's other ways of sitting down and writing a niche out, but this is a great way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to say, okay, what are they attracted to? That's the right side, by the way. And what are they trying to get away from?
And there's your
pain side.
There's your pain points over here.
Points over there. Left side, right side. And now you can get to know this niche in terms of their right side. What are they moving toward? And who would you, who'd you like to work with?
Yeah.
Part of that, if you had to make a niche of possible friends, what might that niche of possible friends look like? You want mean people that suck friends?
Rock throwers?
Yeah, that are gonna hurl insults at you at every occasion. No, you don't want them. So you want to look at it. Well, who would I like to interact with? Nice people probably for most, and you're going to build it. But what are their pain points? What kind of pain? Because I'm probably going to be sharing pain points with them, right? And you can look at it that way. That's another way of looking at niche building. But there's no magic trick. It's a process. But this is a great process to do it with. Phil and I do it. Yep. And by the way, you all are here because you're part of a niche. You want to know how to do a niche.
Got you in here today.
That's how you do it. You just keep playing with it. Keep coming back to it. Can change over time, by the way. There's no. Oh, that's another lower left thing.
Oh yeah.
If I do a niche,
I'm locked in forever.
I'm locked in forever.
That's
Anybody
it.
Have that? Type that in if you have that.
I won't be able to change.
I won't be able to change if I
have wasted all of my time.
No, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe nobody's had that.
Yeah.
Maybe nobody's had that.
That's what Billy says.
Do you ever have that? Anybody else ever had that?
Yeah, right. That's a very common thing. It's really very common.
What is that? I've been around this a long time. Now, this is the case, folks. If I was talking to you about this in 07 or 08, that would have been before I did the Matrix.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been a lot harder.
Oh.
This would have been a whole lot harder. But now that we have the Matrix, it's a lot easier. Now, you're going to do all of this. I used to think of that as Q1 move
rather than Q2. Yeah, there you go. Right.
Well, it can be either one.
Yeah.
But you just go over and over and over. Now, there's no guarantee that you set all this up and you'll suddenly start getting tons of sales.
That doesn't work.
That's the
that's the actionable part, right, Kevin?
It's got to be actionable. The people that say you're going to make money just right away. That's not how it works. No. I mean, it could happen, but it probably won't. But eventually, will you? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You're going to have to put in some work and some time.
Right. And this is that you can. It's really a training ground where you can, or discovering ground where you can discover a niche, and then once you get something going, you can build the business up and up. You can expand the business because you found something that sells. And. But I can't stress enough, folks. Another mistake, huge mistake, is people, they start trying to create a niche to sell within.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. Don't get clever.
People are already buying what they're going to buy.
Right.
They're already there. Don't worry about it. Yeah. They want weight loss. They want to look better.
It's the basics.
They want to feel better.
Yeah.
They want to be, they want to get dates, by the way. eharmony.com. Ooh, wasn't that a pain point? All right. That was set up by a psychologist, by the way.
Hey. And now we have tons of dating apps.
What's that?
Well, now we have tons of dating apps doing this same thing.
Oh my God, I have seen one for like farmers. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, farmers.
There's a niche for everyone when it
Farmers
comes to
that
that
want to
stuff.
get dates. So
Yeah.
it's not everybody that wants to get the date. It's farmers that
Yep.
want to get a date.
Farmers seeking farmers.
Yeah, it's a niche. They
Yeah.
took the whole expanse of people wanting a date and they narrowed it down to farmers.
Right.
You could do religions, you could do whatever,
Oh, yeah.
whatever you want to do, but you could just narrow that out. So all kinds of things to do to play with this, but you want to, obviously you all have an idea of what you would like to offer people. So, okay, I would like to offer this thing that I have, this knowledge that I have to a group of people.
Right.
Narrow it down. If you have to artificially narrow it down at first, artificially narrow it down.
Okay.
Not a problem with that.
We'll get you started.
We give you permission to do that.
Yep. Whittle away. We will.
And by the way, come join our mastermind.
Yeah.
It's reasonably priced,
call
and
to action there.
we will do this stuff with you 2 times a week.
Yeah.
And then we'll also show you how to do other stuff as well. And for a very reasonable price, not your 5,000 or 10 or 15 or 20, because that would not be
High
ethical.
ticket site price. Yep.
The high tickets. And let us let you in on a secret of those, folks. Like 90-something% of the people who buy those high tickets don't ever use them.
They don't even use them, right?
Not even the ones that spend $40,000 or $50,000. They don't use them.
Yep.
The art is in the sale of those things.
And don't get personal attention from the people who sell them. Yes, right.
And we will charge you nowhere near that amount. And we'll just like this. We'll play with you.
Yeah, once a week we're here doing just this kind of stuff.
Right. And so if a month from now you're still struggling with your niche, we'll say, that's okay.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to work on it again.
That's right.
We'll just keep plugging away at it. We'll get it. You'll get there eventually. And really, it's not that long. I mean, if you really pump at this pretty good for a year or so, you'll find something.
You'll get it going.
You'll get the system going.
Yeah.
But what we do in that is set you up a system. In that meaning, the quick business matrix.
Matrix. That's it. That's our system.
We get you up and going. Okay, so come join us.
Yes, please
And
do.
we'll be back Wednesday, right?
Yes.
We're doing something Wednesday.
Well, we will determine that.
And I really wish I knew what it was.
We'll percolate something up.
I will percolate something up.
Oh, Tina says verbal keto. Oh,
keto.
there you go. Thanks, Tina.
I'm glad she's around. We will be doing verbal keto. And if you want, we'll even
have a good one. Same to you. Happy New Year.
Niche stuff.
Yeah.
Bye, Al.
Welcome. See ya.
See you soon.
Stay safe.